My fellow Singaporeans, as a result of the extraordinary events of the last few days, we now find ourselves in a situation where we have 6 GRCs which are short of an MP. Let me name you the 6. Number 1, Jurong, where Taman resigned to run for the presidency. Number 2, West Coast, where Iswaran is under investigation now by the CPIB. He has basically been stripped of his MP duties, as far as I can tell from the announcements made by the PAP and Lawrence Wong. Number 3, Tan Chuan Jin resigning as a result of his affair with Cheng Li Hui. Number 4, Tampines, where Cheng Li Hui has also resigned. Number 5, Sengkang, where Raisa Khan resigned last year. And number 6, Aljunied, where Leon Pereira has also resigned. And more importantly, out of these 6, 4 GRCs are without the minority MP. Taman, Iswaran, Leon Pereira, and Raisa Khan. Lee Hsien Loong says that, the good thing about the GRC system is that if there's one MP missing, others can cover his duties. But my fellow Singaporeans, that is not what Singaporeans bargained for. When the GRC system came into place, we were told that it was absolutely necessary to ensure minority representation. I have always taken the view that once that minority candidate is out of action, there is no choice but to call for an immediate by-election. That is the bedrock of the entire GRC system. And I would have argued for that when Halimah resigned in marshalling duty to become the president. But of course, the Court of Appeal did not take that position, or maybe that was not argued before the Court of Appeal. But do you agree that minority representation is the bedrock of the GRC system? At least that was what Lee Kuan Yew told us. Now, isn't it extraordinary? We now have 6 GRCs that are short of an MP. The right thing to do, the righteous thing to do, the moral thing to do in such a situation would be for Lee Hsien Loong to call for an immediate GE. But he said in his press conference the other day over Tan Chuan Jin and Cheng Li Hui's affair that he said he was not going to do so. He said this government had a full agenda which they wanted to concentrate on. Let me say this to him. He now leads a government that has no legitimacy to carry on. For the last 3 years at least, and maybe even more, I would say maybe even 6 to 7 years, very close to the time when Lee Kuan Yew passed away, our country has been rudderless. It has been directionless. It has been drifting because there has been no solid leadership. Where has Lee Hsien Loong failed us? He could not keep to his promise of retiring when he reached 70. His first succession plan involving Heng Swee Keat was a joke. All right? It went up in smoke. And he now lumps us with a Lawrence Wong who tells us he's not ready to be PM, despite the fact that he has been in government for 12 to 13 long years. And my friends, ask yourself, In the last 8 years since Lee Kuan Yew passed away, what has this government achieved? Have your lives become better? Or have your lives become worse? Have your children's future become brighter? Or have they become dimmer? For the last 6 years, and I can fairly say this, we have seen the spectacle of Lee Hsien Loong trying his best to convince Singaporeans that he has a succession plan. He does not have a succession plan. His government has not put forward any concrete proposals to better the lives of Singaporeans. And now he leads a government that is besieged in scandal, mired in scandal. Who knows what else is going to turn up in the next few weeks, the next few months? And ask yourself this, my fellow Singaporeans. Is this the government you deserve? Surely the answer is no. So my proposal is simple. We don't need an immediate presidential elections. We need an immediate general elections. And we can do this if all of you pressure Lee Hsien Loong to call for an immediate GE. Some of you may say, well, how are we going to put off the presidential election because Halimah's term ends on the 14th or the 13th of September? The answer is simple. It is to be found in the Constitution. The right thing for Halimah to do now, seeing the situation, the chaotic situation before her, and it is the last best thing she can do as president, is to vacate the office. Step down. Because under the Constitution, once the office of the president is vacated, presidential elections need only be called within 6 months. An acting president can take over in the meantime. The pressing need of this country now is for general elections and for a new government to be elected. And that is where we must put our energy and our concentration. And within the next 6 weeks to 2 months, a general election should be called so that Singaporeans have the chance to elect a new government and put away this scandal-scarred government. Thank you very much.